2024 men's basketball season of the 3C2A kicks off with a bang as the annual Clash at Canyons tournament gets underway, starting with the Cuyamaca Coyotes and the Barstow Vikings. Hi everybody, I'm Matt Robinson. Glad to have you along with us here today. Well, there's 26 games on the docket today, including the two here at the Clash at Canyons tournament. College of the Canyons and Oxnard will hit the floor at 6 p.m. But first up, Barstow and Cuyamaca. Chance to get off to a good start in their 2024-25 season. For both these squads last year, it was a little bit of a rough go for the Coyotes of Cuyamaca. They finished 11-17, 6-10 in conference play, 6th in the Pacific Coast Athletic Conference, and Rob Witkowski trying to get his team off to a good start, get them back into the Clash of Canyons final for the second year in a row. Last year they defeated Oxnard in the opening round, 74-48. Patrick Brinkman led the way for Cuyamaca with 17 points. As 4 different Coyotes scored in double figures in that one. So we'll see if they can do the same here today. On the other side for Barstow, they are currently ranked in the top 20 of the SoCal rankings despite a 2-25 season last year. Marius Furman, their new head coach, takes over this season, trying to get his team off to a good start. As we said, finished just 2-25, 1-15 in the Inland Empire Athletics, so looking for a large turnaround this season. And as the state voters look at it and the coaches poll, that should be a possibility with what they've said. We'll see if that holds true as they get ready to go here today. The starters for Cuyamaca: Nico Cervantes, Jameer Sykes, Torian Smalley, Kenneth Clue, and Derek McBride. On the other side, Demir Conliff, Brian Shannon Jr., Logan Santos, Kalen Cobb, and Denard Hollingsworth Jr., the starters for Barstow in their white jerseys. Moving to our left here in the first half, Cuyamaca in their blacks with the light blue trim. Moving to our right. Ball goes out of bounds off the tip off of Barstow, and we are underway. So Cuyamaca will get the first full possession of this first half. Here's Kenneth Clue, will bring the ball up the floor. Cuyamaca will go to work. Nico Cervantes, one of the returners for the Coyotes, averaged 7 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist and a half last season. He tries to get loose up on the top, guarded by Brian Shannon Jr. He'll slip loose. They'll get it off to the top. Now back over to Cervantes. Fakes a 3 with 7. Now will step into a 20-footer, no good. Rebound poked by Barstow, and they'll take control. So ball out off of Cuyamaca. The Coyotes back to work. A three-pointer on the way, knocked down from Jameer Sykes. Sykes last season, almost 9 points per game, 3.5 assists and 3.5 rebounds and an assist and a half per game. Shot 39% from 3 last season. Gives Cuyamaca a 3-0 lead. Barstow back to work offensively. They can't get anything inside to Cobb. Cuyamaca trying to run the fast break the other way. Kenneth Clue will lay it in for an easy bucket. The freshman out of San Diego, Patrick Henry High School. There's a 5-0 run for the Coyotes here to start. Barstow working on the offensive side of the floor. They'll work it around the perimeter. Conliff tries to drive baseline, dumps it off inside. The ball slips away, and back the other way comes Cuyamaca again. Clue has it knocked out of his hands. It'll go out off of Barstow. It'll stay with the Coyotes here. As just underway, about 2 minutes into the first half, College of the Canyons, Clash at Canyons tournament, we should say, Barstow and Cuyamaca getting to work. Cervantes again with the basketball. We'll dump it over to Smalley. Smalley trying to work to the near side. Now we'll work back to his left. Spins around in the lane. Throws one up. Doesn't get it to fall. It goes out off of him, and it'll be Barstow basketball. Barstow has their first bucket of the ball game as the offensive rebound from Bernard Hollingsworth Jr., and he's able to put it in. And so make it a 5-2 run to open up here, just about 2.5 gone. Cervantes with the basketball for Cuyamaca will set it up high. Clue will hold on, looking at isolation here. Starts his drive with 10, now will back it off. Cervantes around the edges, they'll put it into the corner. Smalley's three, no good. A long rebound comes off to Derek McBride. He'll dump it off to a cutting Jameer Sykes inside, and he'll lay it home. No fouls so far in the ball game. We get our first. It's a defensive foul on Cuyamaca. It's going to go against Cervantes, his first. So Sykes with 5 of the 7 so far. Hollingsworth with the only 2 for Barstow here in the ball game as they trail 7-2 early on. Ryan Shannon Jr. with the basketball will work to his left along the perimeter now, drives into the lane, stops at the block, falls away, puts up a jumper, doesn't fall. Rebound on the inside to Hollingsworth Jr., and he'll lay it home once again. Bernard Hollingsworth Jr. out of St. Cloud High School, the 6'5 freshman forward, also listed as a wing. Barstow, a team that really doesn't have a number of 5. They've played pretty much 5 guards with that wing and a couple of guys listed as wing forwards. Here's a steal by Conliffe. He'll run the other way, lays it off the glass and good. A quick 4-0 run for the Vikings, and they get it back to within one at 7-6. Cuyamaca working up the floor. Sykes will drop it off. Clue stops up into an 18-footer, rattles in and out. No good. Rebound pulled down by Conliffe. He'll go back the other way. Delays, throws it into the corner. Santos trying to drive. He's fouled. Second foul on Cuyamaca here in the first half. So we're just underway. Not much time gone. All out of bounds to Barstow as they'll go back to work on the offensive side. Here's Shannon Jr. will send it inside. Hollingsworth catches, dumps it off. Cobb trying to drive, draws the foul. He'll go to the line as he wasn't able to knock it down. Third foul on Cuyamaca here. Barstow trying to take their first lead of the ballgame. They trailed the whole way so far after a 5-0 Coyote run to open up. The Vikings on a 4-0 run. Foul went against, he marked it against 14, but David Brinkman not, or yeah, he is on the floor, so it is against Brinkman. I didn't see the sub. Cobb misses the first. Cobb out of Dr. Henry Wise High School, the 6'5 freshman. Getting his first action here in the 3C2A. So Barstow squad, Plaza, Conliffe, and Quincy White, the only sophomores, and they all played outside the 3C2, or excuse me, outside Barstow last season. Conliffe and White both played for Porterville, while Iverson Plaza played for Jamerson Community College. These Cuyamaca teams, similar makeup. Cervantes and Brinkman, Sykes, Kai Long, all listed as sophomores this season. We're even at 7-all after Cobb had split the foul shots. Here's Conliffe back to work. He's fouled 50 feet away from the basket, just about. Already the 4th foul on Barstow, or excuse me, on Cuyamaca. So Barstow doing a good job drawing fouls here early on. There's Brian Shannon Jr. with it. Bounce pass inside. Cobb trying to work from the foul line in against Cervantes. Doubled, goes up, throws it out. Shannon catches. He'll drive into the painted area. Bounces it off the floor. Goes off the hands of Cobb. Out on a play. Shannon kind of got himself into a weird spot. He looked like he was going to go up with the left hand. Decided to bounce it off the floor to try and just get it to Cobb. And it wasn't a very clean pass. So a turnover on the Vikings. Cuyamaca back to work. Here's Quentin Richardson, the freshman out of San Diego. Victory Christian High School. They'll kick it over. Cervantes is 3, no good. Cervantes is a guy that shot 30% from 3 last year. Back the other way is Barstow in transition. They'll slow it up into their half-court offense as Cobb will send it over to Shannon. Shannon will put up a three that missed the whole way. Barely grazed the front side of the rim. Cuyamaca trying to run the fast break the other way, but Brinkman couldn't catch cleanly. Now he gets it to Cervantes to the rack. Bucket and the foul for Cervantes, who will go to the line. So we'll get substitutions here. Checking in, William O'Shields Jr. along with Kamari Stanfill. Cuyamaca has one at the table, but he is going to sub out for Cervantes should he make this. Cervantes, an 89% foul shooter last season. Gets it to roll, and the Coyotes, with the old-fashioned three, have a three-point advantage at 10-7. Torian Smalley returns. Shields will go to work. Guarded tightly by Richardson. Will send it onto the near side to Shannon. Shannon with Sykes right on him. Now they switch as Smalley was there. Barstow able to work it around the perimeter for a three-pointer from O'Shields that doesn't fall, but a rebound on the inside by Stanfill, no good, but he's fouled on the putback chance. Fifth foul on Cuyamaca here. It'll go against Langford. So already Barstow with 14:09 approaching here in this first half, 2 away from getting into the bonus. Stanfill made the first. Second is pure as well. 1 point advantage here for Cuyamaca as they'll go back to work with Richardson. Brings it across the timeline and sets up into the half-court offense. Sykes along the perimeter. Will shake, spins in the lane, goes up with it, misses on a little fall-away jumper from the elbow, no good. Call it a 15-footer, couldn't get it to fall. Back the other way, O'Shields. Then around the perimeter. Stanfill now driving, stops up. Throws it back to O'Shields on the near side. He'll go baseline, falls down. He's going to be called for a travel as he slipped. A couple of Coyotes are right there, including Smalley and McBride. Or, excuse me, Langford, not McBride. Cuyamaca back to work offensively here, leading by 1. Sykes was knocked down, thought he was fouled. Back the other way, Stanfill. He has it taken away from him. Sykes ahead of everybody. Slows up, draws the foul on Cobb and puts it in. Sykes wasn't really at full speed. Could have gone up and tried to lay it up, but instead stopped his dribble, stood right there, waited for Cobb to fly by him, drew the foul and put it in. So a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play once again. Neither team with a 3 so far. Or scratch that, Cuyamaca with 1-3, 1 of 3 from 3. Barstow has only taken 1-3. Coyotes 5 of 12 from the floor, where Barstow just 3 of 6. As Smalley misses on the foul shot. And so it'll stay a 3-point advantage at 12-9. To shoot, three-pointer on the way, no good from Stanfill. Easy rebound for Cuyamaca. They'll bring it up the floor. Smalley behind his back, flips it over to Smalley. Smalley now to Richardson. Richardson, little jumper is good. Nice little 18-footer from Richardson, knocks it down. Lead up to 5 here, largest of the game so far for either side. Iverson Plaza sent it out to Gomes, who played it over to Stanfill, and his bounce pass kicked away by Cuyamaca, so it'll be Barstow basketball here. Get him a 20-second reset on the shot clock. 14-9, 12:20 to go here in the first half. First game of the Clash of Canyons tournament. First game of the 3C2A men's basketball season for both these sides. As it's the first day of the regular season throughout California today. Sixth foul on Cuyamaca here. Is Langford going to be called for it? We said it's a 26-game schedule today. Pretty much everybody that can be in action is in action, it seems. So we'll bring you some of the out-of-town scores when we get an opportunity. 16 fouls on Cuyamaca. Barstow will bring it in. Next one will put the Coyotes in the Vikings, excuse me, in the bonus. Plaza spinning around, still pressured, looking for some help. Throws it off a hand, out of play off Cuyamaca. It'll stay with Barstow here. So we'll see substitutions from Barstow as they'll check in at the table. Plaza off for Shannon Jr. They'll get O'Shields off as well and bring Demir Conliffe back in. 12:01 to go. Barstow with the basketball. Six to work here. Conliffe will step into a straightaway three that's no good. Good position that time from Cervantes to box out Gomes, and that allowed Smalley to come away with the rebound. Cervantes from the corner couldn't get a shot away as he couldn't catch it cleanly. That'll allow Cuyamaca, though, to reset into their half-court offense. Foul away from the ball called against Javon Gomes. Gomes will go off. Philip Grant Jr. will check in. Just the third foul on Barstow. Clue with the basketball. Isolation here against Stanfield. Goes up, throws up a shot. Good body control by Clue to draw the foul that time. And he'll go to the line. Out-of-town scoreboard, Saddleback a 64-56 win over San Diego Miramar today. Moore Park leading West Valley 60-50 at the Moore Park Invitational. 10:49 to go in the second half of that one. Riverside trailing West LA 14-9, just underway at the VC tournament. Clue misses the first of two. And no other games with scores. Most everything starting around 7 o'clock. Actually, about half of, we'll stretch that. About 3/4 of them at 5, or a third of them at 5, a third of them at 6, and a third of them at 7. So we'll continue to take a look as we can go on here. Clue misses both foul shots, so an empty set that time from Cuyamaca, and Barstow back up the floor to go to work. Hollingsworth will dump it off. Conliffe, who averaged a point, a rebound, and a little under assist for Porterville last season. Sends it over to Hollingsworth, onto the near side. Shannon Jr. with a three-pointer that's no good. Barstow misses on the set. Cuyamaca back the other way. A blocking foul called on the Vikings. Cervantes scores it, and he'll go to the line. So Nico Cervantes, a guy that Cuyamaca going to rely a lot upon this year. Played in 27 games last year, only started 5. Like we said, averaged 7 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist and a half. Shot 35% from the floor, 30% from 3, 89% from the line, and has a chance for another 3-point play here to stretch the lead to the largest of the day at 17-9, should he knock it down. He does, and that'll be where we're at. An 8-point advantage for Cuyamaca. 10:48 to go here in the first half. Neither team has used a timeout yet. Next foul on Cuyamaca will put the Vikings at the line as they would be in the bonus. Here's Conliffe driving baseline, dumps it back off to Shannon Jr., but stepped on the sideline, and it'll be Cuyamaca basketball. Cervantes with 6, leading the way for the Coyotes right now. Scratch that, Sykes with 7, leading the way for the Coyotes. Hollingsworth with 4, leading the way for the Barstow Vikings. Stanliff back off. Cobb back into the game for Barstow. Here's Clue. We'll shift it to Long, now back up top, Cervantes. Again to Clue on the near side wing. Bounce pass to the inside, trying to get Smalley loose. Smalley will put up a 16-footer that's no good. Cobb with the rebound and will drive it back up the floor, dumps it off to a trailing Grant who couldn't put it in. Cuyamaca back the other way, trying to run transition break. Cervantes off the window, no good. Ball still loose, and we have a foul against Barstow. Hollingsworth going to be called for it as he got tied up with, I think it was Derek McBride down low. And now both teams a foul away from foul shots for the rest of the half here. Brinkman and Sykes checking back in. Sykes driving, lays one up. He'll draw the foul and go to the line for two. That'll put Cuyamaca in the bonus. Hollingsworth picks up the foul. Hollingsworth his second foul. Sykes knocks down the first of two. Sykes 1 for 2 from the line now. Give him 8 points. Sykes knocks them both down. It's a 10-point lead for Cuyamaca here. 19-9. Just about halfway through, a little more than halfway through this first half and this first game of the Clash of Canyons tournament. Conliffe works it inside. Hollingsworth tries to go baseline. Poked out off the hands of Clue, so it'll stay with Barstow with 11 seconds on the shot clock here. Grant out high, Shannon. Little delay, puts it off the window and good. A little drive in by Brian Shannon Jr., the freshman out of O'Day High School. Brings a little bit of a Cuyamaca run. Here's Sykes. Fall away 18-footer, no good. Grant had the rebound, now he's got the basketball. We'll send it over to Conliffe. Inside Hollingsworth, tries to go baseline against McBride. Puts up a shot that doesn't fall. McBride able to work the rebound down to himself. And Clue will run it back the other way. Kicks it outside, Cervantes a corner three, rattles in. First three of the ball game for Cervantes. Second three of the ball game for Cuyamaca. Cuyamaca with a 22-11 advantage here. As we continue on in the first half. Lou trying to work baseline. Able to get a pass to McBride. Now Brinkman driving. Brinkman going to be called for a carry. Kind of got the ball popped in his hand a little bit by the Barstow defense, and it kind of made him carry it over. Barstow trying to get back to work, get themselves back in here. Cuyamaca defensive board once again. That time it was McBride bringing it down. Barstow's out rebounding Cuyamaca 10-9 right now. But it's the Coyotes with a 22-11 advantage. There's Cervantes delaying. Now McBride at the block, trying to force his way down. Now we'll just kick it back to Sykes. 5 to shoot for Sykes. Sykes, couple of stutter steps, tries to drive, throws one up that doesn't hit the backboard. And it'll be a shot clock violation on Cuyamaca. Good defense by Barstow with 7:33 to go. They force the turnover, and substitutions coming. Both Clue and Cervantes off the floor as Kai Long and Torian Smalley back in for Cuyamaca here. Barstow trying to find a way to get back into this one early on. Still lots of time left in the ball game, but they've just been outshot at the moment by Cuyamaca and outplayed a little bit defensively. That's a good takeaway by the Coyotes, and they'll go back to work offensively. Sykes skies to the air, draws a foul. Cobb went well up to try and block it. Hit about halfway up the backboard. So the 8th foul on Barstow as Cuyamaca has been stalled at 6. It looked like Cuyamaca was going to put Barstow in the bonus really early, but they have done a much better job at cleaning up their defense as Sykes knocks down the first of 2. Sykes now with 11, 3 of 4 from the line. Make him 4 of 5, give him 12, make it a 12-point advantage. I should give him 11, make him 4 or 5. He had 10 before that. Cobb able to get one in. Barstow having to fight for every little chance they get right now. They trail by 11, Cuyamaca with the basketball. Sykes holding on. Leading all scorers on the floor right now with 11. Missed on a little layup inside as it was well defended by Santos. Santos now for Barstow on the other side, tried to dump it inside. McBride gets a takeaway. 2-on-1 for Cuyamaca, but they turn it over as Shannon takes it away, dumps it up high, and Cobb will put it off the window before Sykes could get a hand on it. We're back to a 9-point game. McBride will drop it for Smalley. Smalley in isolation will put up a 3. And that one rattles all the way in. It hit pretty much every portion of the rim that it possibly could. Smalley knocks down the 3, his first of the day. And make it a 12-point advantage once again, 27 to 15. Here's Cobb trying to work down low. Good vision, dumps it off inside to Hollingsworth, who's fouled going up to the rim. And Hollingsworth will go to the line. Both teams in the bonus now with 5:40 to go. Hollingsworth will work at the line for the first time today. Second working here for Hollingsworth, made the first. Second is no good as it rattles in and out. And there was a foul on the rebound that will send Cuyamaca to the line on the other side. McBride shooting the second of two. Made the first, makes the second. Make it 29-16, so a 13-point advantage. 5:38 to go here in the first half. Cuyamaca leading Barstow. Shannon, the basketball for Barstow is fouled. A reach by Kenneth Clue will send Shannon to the line. First trip to the line today for Brian Shannon Jr. Shannon makes the first. Both are good. It's 29-18 in favor of Cuyamaca here. Quentin Richardson with the basketball will send it over to Nico Cervantes. Cervantes trying to work inside. He'll put up a little right-handed runner that's good. Make it 31-18 in favor of Cuyamaca here. 5 minutes to go in the first half. Shannon, who's got 4, was able to get it over to Philip Grant, who couldn't put it in. Cuyamaca then turns it over, just trying to get an outlet as Grant takes it back away. And then a foul going to be called as Stanfield driving will get himself to the line. So we'll go 1-1 here for Stanfield. Misses on the first. So we go back to work here. Richardson with the basketball. 31-18, Cuyamaca leading. Stretched it out just a touch to a 13-point advantage. Richardson trying to make it 15 and does. Good athletic move from Richardson that time. He's got 4 now. Lead up to 15. Here's Shannon, kicks it over. Stanfield driving baseline, put it off the window, that didn't fall. Rebound loose and picked up by Grant. Sends it up top. Shannon, three-pointer on the way, no. Grant, another offensive rebound, just out athleting everybody down low. Now he tries to put one up, didn't get it to fall. Ball still loose, finally picked up by Cuyamaca. Clue will send it ahead. Richardson off the window and good. Back-to-back buckets for Richardson. The lead is at 17 at 35-18 with under 3:50 to go here in the first half. So the Coyotes rolling here now as we approach the close of the first half. Barstow hasn't been able to get off the floor really. Got knocked down and nothing else at the moment. Shannon Jr. trying to get him going. He'll kick it back to a 3 from O'Shields that doesn't fall. Richardson comes over with the basketball but had it stripped from behind by O'Shields. And then Stanfield able to lay it in off the window. There's Clue, will ship it over to Cervantes. Bounce pass to Richardson. Richardson trying to drive baseline. Now we'll dump it off McBride, who was left all alone. Grant kind of fell off him. I think Grant thought the ball was going to go to the perimeter. Instead, it went right to McBride, who had inside position. An easy bucket for Derek McBride. Lead back up to 17. Largest it's been today for Cuyamaca. Barstow can't finish. Grant couldn't come down with the rebound as it was poked out from behind, and Clue comes away with it and brings it up the floor. Richardson in the half-court set. Now Clue. little stutter. Richardson again, not a clue with 8 to shoot. Puts up a straightaway 3 that's no good. Never caught the rim, just the backboard. Ryan Shannon Jr. back the other way. They'll work to the perimeter. Stanfill. Driving baseline, spinning. Had it knocked out of his hands. Now gets it inside. Gomes dumps it off underneath. O'Shields couldn't put it home. Now O'Shields again. Another one that misses. Loose ball on the floor. And they're going to call a kickball on Cuyamaca, which gives Barstow a reset and the basketball with 1:46. Vikings trying to go back to work here. Cobb gonna be called for a travel. Shuffled his feet, trying to force his way inside. So Barstow misses on an opportunity to get themselves back within 15. Cuyamaca can try and extend it to 39 to 20 here. Both teams in the bonus, neither team in the plus, but the next foul will put them both there. And that'll do it right there. So Cervantes will go to line for 2. Went on Cobb, his 3rd already. So Cervantes in the plus will go to work. Cervantes 2 for 2 from the line, has 11 points, give him 12 to lead the way. For Cuyamaca, Cervantes with 12, Sykes with 11, Richardson with 6. Nobody approaching double-double territory at the moment. For Barstow, Cobb and Hollingsworth with 5, Shannon and Stanfill with 4, and only Conliffe, the other scorer for Barstow, has 2. Cervantes knocks them both down. The lead is now 19. Cervantes perfect from the line so far today. 39 to 20 in favor of Cuyamaca. Barstow working. Hollingsworth trying to drive. Blocked from behind by Cervantes. Richardson and Smalley running back up the floor. Richardson couldn't catch the Smalley bounce pass. Or scratch that, the Sykes bounce pass, I apologize. Dyslexia getting the best of me at the moment, apparently, as I'm reading 24 as 42. That happens. First game of the season for me here in basketball, so expect nothing less. 39 to 20 in favor of Cuyamaca. Richardson will walk it up the floor as the Coyotes take their time. So they've stretched the lead out to nearly 20. Cervantes works to the middle of the floor. The foul line kicks it out. Richardson now will drive, puts up a 16-footer with a contest from Hollingsworth that doesn't fall. Barstow back the other way. About a 5-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock here. Santos to Plaza. They'll work inside the foul as Zale Walker pushed from behind. So Walker will go to the line for 2. Walker makes the first. Or maybe he missed the first. I was looking down. Missed the first. I apologize. Doing a lot of things up here, looking down, looking around, trying to check numbers. Lane violation on Barstow. So 22 and a half to go, 39 to 20. Here's Sykes. slide it around here. Richardson with 6 now. Needs to get something away. Puts up a fall-away jumper that doesn't fall, and that'll do it for the first half. 39-20 in favor of Cuyamaca at the end of halftime. Second half action.
Welcome to College of the Canyons, where students become the success stories of tomorrow. Whether you're already in the workforce or just getting started, our flexible schedules are a game changer. And students don't just earn degrees, they catapult into desirable careers in top 4-year universities for just $46 per unit. Quality education without crushing debt. Ditch the cookie-cutter mold of college and make college work for you. Register now at canyons.edu/schedule.
The Jersey Mike's catering box is the easiest way to feed your friends. The hard part is picking your sub. That's why we're having a draft. With the first pick, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's gonna go, so.
Hold on, we've got a trade. Jake traded his second pick with me, because I'm starved.
Freshly sliced subs to go, wherever you and your friends go. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Whether we're on the move or stuck in one place, it's with us, comforting, healing, and transforming lives. It's the power of you. With 4 world-class hospitals and over 170 clinics across Southern California, together, we're building a healthier community. We're your neighbors, your friends, your family. It begins with you. UCLA Health.
Can I get it Mike's way? What's happening?
And your free sub. Enjoy.
That was super weird.
Oh, that? Nah. She just used the shore points you can now earn from chip and drink purchases to get free sub through the app. Download the Jersey Mike's app and earn rewards towards free subs with every sub, Pepsi, and Lay's you purchase.
Make hosting your next event easy with the Dr. Diane G. Van Hook University Center. With over 30 meeting spaces, wireless video teleconferencing capabilities, food service, and technical support available, the University Center has everything you need to make your next event shine. Conveniently located near the 5 and 14 freeways in Santa Clarita, the University Center offers easy access to local airports and many attractions, making it the ideal meeting place for everyone. To learn more about our rental options or to book now, visit canyons.edu/University Center.
Welcome back into the Cougar Sports Network as we get ready for second half action between Barstow and Cuyamaca. Look at some of the numbers from last season as we didn't get a chance to before the game. When you look at the Barstow and Cuyamaca numbers from last year, which I'm trying to figure out why that's not going correctly. Hold on, give us 1 second here. So we have an output issue. And there we go. We'll get that back up for you here. So we look at some of the numbers from last season. As these two teams, Barstow averaged 78 points per game, Cuyamaca just 69. The Vikings shot a little bit less from the field at 42.5% compared to 44 for Cuyamaca. Coyotes 30% from three, while Barstow 33% from three. Both were a minus in the rebounds and net efficiency category, and that it's all important as we look at today's game. Cuyamaca with a 39-20 advantage. Coyotes shooting 46% from the floor to just 28 for Barstow. 50% from three at 3 of 6, while Barstow has not knocked down a 3 yet today, and 10 of 13 from the line compared to just 6 of 11. They are just about even. Cuyamaca +1 on the rebound side. They've out-rebounded Barstow 17-16. Both teams with 10 fouls. Points in the paint, advantage of Cuyamaca 16-14 at the end of the first half. As we get ready for second half action here. Barstow will have the basketball. Both teams with all 6 of their timeouts here in the second half. Barstow going to work with the basketball here. Kamir Stanfield will send it in play. As Brian Shannon Jr., who's been running the point today for the Vikings, catches. He'll get it over to Cobb. Cobb trying to work into the paint. Kicks it back out. Stanfield now drives to the foul line. Stopped there. Now takes a big step towards the basket. Doesn't get it to fall. Rebound was pulled down by Smalley, but ripped out of his hands by Hollingsworth, who then draws a foul trying to go back up to the basket. Third personal foul on Torian Smalley. First of 2 from Hollingsworth is good. Second falls as well, so Barstow with 2 points here to start, 39-22. Cuyamaca leading. Kenneth Clue will go back to work. He'll ship it over to Sykes. Sykes will send it inside. There's McBride. He'll dribble, tried to dump it off. Long lost it. Barstow back the other way. And going up with a two-handed flush is Kamir Stanfield. Or Kamari Stanfield, excuse me. He drives it in. Going to foul, going to slow things down as Conliff going to be called for a foul. Kamari Stanfield with a big flush with 2 hands. He's got 6 points now. Hollingsworth with 7 leading the way for Barstow. It's each team now with a foul here in the second half as we're not even a minute in. Cervantes will catch in the corner here. Tries to back down his defender. Turnaround jumper over the top of Shannon, misses short. Pulled down by Cobb. They'll try and charge it ahead as Long trying to stay right with him, and a blocking foul going to be called. It's going to go against Cervantes. Timeout here. First timeout of the contest for either side. As the timeout charge to Cuyamaca here. So Barstow back to work offensively. Shannon trying to drive, stopped up. Sykes trying to tie the ball up and does. Possession arrow in favor of Cuyamaca. That's a good tie-up from Sykes. So Cuyamaca will go back to work with the basketball here. It's Kenneth Clue. Clue will walk it up the floor. Guarded by Shannon. Sykes then driving, tried to go over the top of Hollingsworth, couldn't get it to fall. Shannon comes away with it. Shannon trying to work it into the paint, instead spins it back. Conliff then will drive, kicks it over to Stanfill, who will put up a three, no good. Barstow remains 0-4 from three-point here. They've cut the lead down to 39-24. So we're just underway here in the second half. Kenneth Clue. Clue with 2 points in the first half. His pass tipped by Stanfill. Kamari Stanfill having a start to the second half. His name being called quite a bit. Conliff and Cobb off. Sykes will get it in play. Here's Clue. Clue working to his left, trying to get around Grant, could not. Now we'll go back to his right. Gets it to Long. Long will put up a three with 2 to shoot, no good. Bunch of bodies crash into one another on the rebound. The ball ends up bouncing to Cervantes. He'll drive to the bucket and lay it in. Cervantes kind of just in the right place at the right spot, the right time, I should say. Ball kind of bounced out to him after he bounced into a couple of Vikings on the rebound. He's got 15 to lead all scorers on the floor. Stanfill will send it up high. Shannon will catch. On the far side wing, we'll work it to the near side now. 8 for Barstow to work. Shannon, O'Shields, a straightaway three from deep. That's the first three of the ball game for Barstow. Makes it 41-27. The lead down to 14. Clue got popped in the mouth, was trying to kind of catch himself, almost lost the basketball. Looks like he's all right as we'll play on. Cervantes. 6 will get it over. McBride with 5 now. And they're gonna say that Sykes stepped on the baseline. And now we're gonna have a discussion here. There's going to be a bench warning on Barstow. They were counting down the shot clock, and it threw me off because I didn't look up at the shot clock. Counting down the shot clock as though it were 2 seconds faster than it actually were. And that actually is a bench warning, not allowed in the 3C2A. So it remains 41-27. Hollingsworth inside, tried to throw one up and draw a foul, didn't get anything out of it. Back the other way comes Cuyamaca. Cervantes, a wing three in transition, no. Rebound pulled down by Grant. Back the other way comes Barstow. Grant just running the floor. Then we'll send it to Stanfill. He'll kick it outside to Shannon. Shannon, a step back three from the wing is good. Second three, and a timeout called by Barstow. They've got it back within 11. 16:04 to go. Vikings starting to move. We'll take a timeout.
Can I get it Mike's way? What's happening?
And your free sub. Enjoy.
That was super weird.
Oh, that? Nah. She just used the shore points you can now earn from chip and drink purchases to get free sub through the app. Download the Jersey Mike's app and earn rewards towards free subs with every sub, Pepsi, and Lay's you purchase.
(41-30), Cuyamaca leading Barstow. 16 minutes to go in the second half. Cuyamaca has led pretty much the entire way. And an early 5-0 run. Stretched the lead out up to 18. It was 19 at half. Barstow has cut into that just a little bit, getting it back down to 11. Grant couldn't get it to fall. Got his own rebound though. Here's Shannon, kicks back. Shields, now back to Shannon. Shannon trying to drive, muscles his way into a spot to shoot, didn't get it to fall. Rebound pulled down by Long. Cuyamaca back to work offensively. Sykes hesitates for a second, now gets it to Richardson. On the near side, Cervantes. Back up to Sykes, who's usually pretty sure-handed. Fumbled that one for a moment, able to get it back. Now he'll work. 5 to shoot, will step into a 3 from straight away. The bank is open, and it is good. 44-30 in favor of Cuyamaca as Sykes hits a 3. Sykes now with 14. He and Cervantes leading the way as the only 2 players from either side in double figures. As that one out off of Barstow, will go to Cuyamaca here as we'll get substitutions. Conliffe back in the game along with Clue. Cervantes and Grant Jr. will check off. Sykes 2 for 2 from 3 after knocking that last one down. Haven't been a lot of 3s from either side. Sykes, that's just a good play right there. Driving, kind of off balance, able to throw it up with the right hand and get it to score. So right now, Cuyamaca has stretched it back to 16. Three-pointer from Barstow, no good, but an inside board. Ripped down by Cobb. He missed on 2 putback chances, but the third is there. Asking for a foul, didn't get it. It's got it back into 14. Clue trying to drive. Now we'll work it all the way to the baseline, under the basket, kind of throws it around. Sykes puts up a 3 that doesn't fall. Cobb the rebound. Will outlet ahead. Conliffe trying to run the fast break, but a good job by Cuyamaca to get bodies back and slow down the Vikings. Barstow gonna have to go to work in a half-court offense. They'll put up a 3 from O'Shields, no good. Rebound pulled down by Cobb inside. He'll kick back out, 3-pointer. Good from Stanfill. And all of a sudden, it's back to an 11-point game. Long trying to force a pass inside. Long going to be called, no, it's going to go out off of Barstow, they say, as Conliffe stepped on the sideline. So it'll be Cuyamaca basketball. We'll get substitutions. So Stanfill coming off the floor as they were trying to get Denard Hollingsworth back in there. Originally it was Cobb running towards the sidelines, but he'll stay out. Smalley back in the game. Tries to drive, has it leave his hands as he bumped into a Barstow body, and Conliffe runs it right back the other way, lays it in, and all of a sudden it's a 9-point game. Timeout on the floor called by Cuyamaca. will step to the top.
Make hosting your next event easy with the Dr. Diane G. Van Hook University Center. With over 30 meeting spaces, wireless video teleconferencing capabilities, food service, and technical support available, the University Center has everything you need to make your next event shine. Conveniently located near the 5 and 14 freeways in Santa Clarita, the University Center offers easy access to local airports and many attractions, making it the ideal meeting place for everyone. To learn more about our rental options or to book now, visit canyons.edu/University Center.
Whether we're on the move or stuck in one place, it's with us, comforting, healing, and transforming lives. It's the power of you. With 4 world-class hospitals and over 170 clinics across Southern California, together, we're building a healthier community. We're your neighbors, your friends, your family. It begins with you. UCLA Health.
46-37 in favor of Cuyamaca. Barstow charging back here in the second half. Trailed by as much as 19, but have got it back within 9. So a +10 swing here. It's 12:30 to go just about here in this second half. Winner will move on to the Clash of Canyons final. They'll play the winner of College of the Canyons and Oxnard, which will go on at 6 o'clock here on the Cougar Sports Network, right at Lee Smelser Court inside the Cougar cage. Bring it for you. And then tomorrow, subject to change, really, as we have a football game at 1 o'clock. That is potentially going to mess with our ability to bring you both games tomorrow, but we shall see. If anything, potentially a non-audio stream. Cobb able to lay it in. Cuyamaca reeling now as Barstow back within 7 here. 46-39 in favor of the Coyotes. They'll swing it over. Cervantes on the wing trying to drive. Threw his head back, was trying to draw a couple of fouls, never got either of them. Barstow back the other way, trying to sprint ahead. Santos along the baseline, dumps it underneath. Long, able to swat it away from Hollingsworth from behind. Back the other way, Smalley will lay it in on the transition offense. And it slows down Barstow for just a moment here. Only 3 fouls in this half so far. Both teams been very disciplined. The officials letting them play. Shannon holding with Cervantes right on him. Tries to drive baseline. Wanted a step back. He's going to draw a foul instead. Goes against Torian Smalley, his 4th. Smalley, 5 points, 4 fouls, 3 rebounds, an assist, and 2 turnovers. 16 points, 2 boards for Jameer Sykes. 15 points, a rebound, and 2 steals for Nico Cervantes. On the other side, Kamari Stanfield, 9 points and a rebound. Kalen Cobb, 9 points, 10 boards, and 2 assists. Next points for Cobb would give him a double-double. Santos trying to drive. Instead, will kick back. Stanfield, 3, no good. Cobb, give him his 11th rebound. Holding on, has it stripped from behind by Richardson, just took too long. Richardson then driving back the other way. His layup no good. It's out off of Cuyamaca. It'll go with Barstow here with 10:16 to go in a 9-point game. 48-39 here in the second half, first game of the Clash at Canyons, 2024. Stanfield was trying to drive, had it stripped out of his hands. Sykes will send it ahead, and David Brinkman going to be called for a travel. Timeout going to be called. We'll stay with it here. A 30-second timeout called by Barstow. So each team 4 timeouts remaining here with 9:55 to go. Barstow trying to slow things down just a little bit. Look at some of the numbers from each side as we just gave you the scoring leaders for each team. So Cuyamaca, 17 of 39 from the floor, shooting 46%, 4 of 10 from 3. Barstow, 14 of 41, shooting under 35%, 3 of 12 from 3. Both teams have missed a handful of foul shots. Cuyamaca 10 of 13, Barstow 8 of 13. So it's been pretty even in that regard. Each team with 14 turnovers. Cuyamaca 12 to 11 in terms of points off turnovers. They've out-rebounded the Barstow 12 to 11 in terms of points off turnovers, and they have rebounded Cuyamaca 28 to 21. Bench points in favor of Barstow with 12 to just 6 for Cuyamaca. Well, each team with 22 points in the paint so far in this ball game. Santos trying to work it inside. He'll spin it back out to Shannon. He'll drive. Might have been blocked partially from behind. Santos going to be called for a travel on the Sutter steps, so it's an empty set for Barstow here. Cuyamaca with a 9-point advantage. Will go back to work with basketball. Richardson guarded all the way up the floor by Santos. Good pass inside from Clue, but Sykes couldn't finish it. Barstow back on the other side of the floor. It's going to be a holding foul on Cuyamaca here as Barstow was trying to work it inside to Grant on a catch. Foul goes against Quentin Richardson, his second. 4th on Cuyamaca here in the half. Gives Barstow a reset here. They go back to work offensively. Hollingsworth trying to work baseline. Guarded tightly, but able to work his way down around to McBride and puts it in. It's a 7-point game all of a sudden. Game getting much tighter as we continue on here. Clue, spin it to McBride. Working baseline, off the window, McBride. Stanfield was kind of guarding him to go back to the middle, and McBride just kind of lulled him into a sense of he's gonna go that way, and just was able to work his way right to the basket, nearly uncontested, so an easy bucket for McBride. Cuyamaca nearly creates a steal. Instead, it's going to be a Grant 3 that doesn't fall. Hollingsworth pulls down the rebound with 2 black jerseys around him. Got it to Hollingsworth got it to Grant that couldn't get it to fall, and now it's going to be a foul shot here for Grant. He'll have 2. Second foul on Sykes. Stanfield, Cobb, Hollingsworth all with 9 points. Still no Vikings in double figures. Well, Grant Jr. misses the first of 2. Grant 0 for 2 from the line now. Barstow 8 of 14 from the foul line. Grant splits them, so it's an 8-point game. Still 3 possessions out there for Cuyamaca. That's what they've got to work with right now. Cervantes going to take his time. McBride will put up a 3. No good. Long gets run into as he went up for the rebound. Actually, it tapped it out to Richardson. The foul going to go against Conliffe here. Conliffe going to pick up his 4th personal with 7:40 to go. We were late on the substitution. It actually worked a 3 for Kai Long, and he knocked it down. So it's a 2-shot technical on Barstow for having 6 players on the floor. So Cervantes will take the foul shots here. Cervantes 5 of 5 from the line now. Chance to get it back to 10 points. And the broadcaster jinx in full effect. I'm sorry to Mr. Cervantes there. So it'll stay a 9-point game, 51 to 42. It'll stay with with Cuyamaca here. Smalley in there with 4 fouls. Will drop it off to Sykes. Sykes with 6. Bounce past Cervantes. Kicked it to Long. Long will put up a deep shot that's no good from about 20 feet with the shot clock expiring. Barstow back the other way. 3-pointer. Cobb to try and get himself into double figures, no good. Rebound pulled down by Sykes. Cuyamaca back the other way, still with a 9-point advantage. Make it 11 is a good bounce pass from Sykes to feed McBride. An easy bucket for Derek McBride. He's got 8, the lead is 11. Cobb will get himself a double-double as he's able to lay that one in. So Kalen Cobb, 11 and 11. Smalley misses on a little 12-footer. Cobb trying the Euro step, lost the ball, got it back, kicks it to Shannon, who hits a 3. That is a big 3 here with 6:18 to go. The lead is down to 6. It's a 2-possession ball game. Timeout on the floor, called by Barstow. We'll go to a break as well.
Welcome to College of the Canyons, where students become the success stories of tomorrow. Whether you're already in the workforce or just getting started, our flexible schedules are a game changer. And students don't just earn degrees, they catapult into desirable careers in top 4-year universities for just $46 per unit. Quality education without crushing debt. Ditch the cookie-cutter mold of college and make college work for you. Register now at canyons.edu/schedule.
The Jersey Mike's catering box is the easiest way to feed your friends. The hard part is picking your sub. That's why we're having a draft. With the first pick, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's going to go. So
Hold on, we've got a trade. Jake traded his second pick with me, because I'm starved.
Freshly sliced subs to go, wherever you and your friends go. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Cuyamaca back with possession here is 53 to 47. The Coyotes leading. It's a 2-possession game now. After that 3 from Brian Shannon Jr. puts him at 10 points on the ball game. Amari Stanfield going to be called for a foul. Mayor Conliff returning to take Stanfield off the floor. catches on the inbound, trying to muscle his way inside. They'll work it back around the perimeter and then back into Clue. Clue in the painted area, no. Rebound put back good for J.J. Langford. First bucket of the day for Langford, gets it back to an 8-point game. Barstow trying to complete the comeback, trailed by as much as 19. The lead is at 8 right now. They get an offensive board, a three-pointer. Shannon is good. Brian Shannon Jr. with 13 to lead the way for the Vikings, and it's a 5-point game. Cervantes trying to match, no good from the wing. Conliffe comes down with the long rebound. Barstow can get it to a one-possession game. Here's Cobb driving, but lost the ball, just had a head of steam. Didn't ever have the basketball with him. And we'll get substitutions. Richardson, McBride on the floor, maybe. They will come out. You'll see Logan Santos as well to take over for Cobb. Cleaning up the floor on the far side. Naka couldn't get a finish that time as Sykes had the attempt. Barstow again, chance to get it back to one possession game. A travel though going to be called against Denard Hollingsworth. Once again, Barstow with an opportunity wasted to try and get it back to one possession game. Richardson with some tough work against O'Shields. Now McBride trying to work it to the painted area, does. Kicks it back, Cervantes, a three is good. Cervantes knocks it down. And a timeout called by Cuyamaca here. Has a huge three from Nico Cervantes to stop a little bit of the bleeding and get the lead back to 8. It was down to 5. Cervantes 19 points, just 1 rebound, 2 steals. As we said, Sykes 16 points, 3 boards, and an assist and a steal as well for him. Those are the only 2 Coyotes in double figures. On the other side, Brian Shannon Jr., who's 3 of 6 from 3, 13 points, 3 boards, 2 assists and a steal. Kalen Cobb, who's not on the floor at the moment, 11 points, 13 boards, 4 assists, but 6 turnovers in the ball game. And that's right now maybe the difference, just 3 more turnovers. Barstow 17, Cuyamaca 14, but those 3 maybe showing something bigger as Cuyamaca needs, or Barstow, excuse me, needed to get the ball in. Shannon was back there waiting for somebody to inbound it, and Cobb smartly said, just go throw it in and I'll give it right back to you. Here's Conliffe, wanted to drive, then sent it back to Shannon, able to dodge Richardson. He'll put up a 3. He's had the hot hand here in the second half, and he knocks down another 3, his 4th of the contest. Make it 58-53 now. So it's right back to a 5-possession game, 3:45 to go. Shannon staying right on Richardson here. Now Cervantes. He's the sharpshooter for Cuyamaca from 3. McBride working into the paint. Blocked by Cobb. Good defense by Cobb that time. Conliffe back the other way. Dribbles through a couple of bodies. Fouled from behind by McBride coming back. That'll be the 6th foul on Cuyamaca. Next one will put Barstow in the bonus here. We'll see substitutions. Torian Smalley back in along with J.J. Langford as Clue and McBride come off the floor. Shannon was 16, 4 triples in the ball game. you're Barstow, why don't you just work it right back to him? Instead, they work it inside. That's a nicely done passing play as Hollingsworth gets 2. And it's a 3-point game, a 1-possession game. Hollingsworth now in double figures in the contest, 58-55. 3:05 to go. We've got a ball game once again. Cuyamaca led by 19 at half. Barstow is charged back. That one out off of Cuyamaca. It's tipped away from Smalley. A timeout on the floor by the Coyotes, 58-55. 2:56 to go. We'll take the timeout as well. .56 to go, 58-55. Cuyamaca leading Barstow. All of a sudden, we've got a contest here. Shannon will send it up high to Cobb. Back to Shannon. He's had the hot hand here in the second half. 4-7 from 3 now. His pass tipped away, found its way to Conliff though. Gets it back, Shannon wing 3 and skying across with Sykes to knock it away. And we'll get timeout. Called by Barstow. So they have 2 left as well. .55. So Shannon with 16 points, 5 of 12 from the 4 of 8 from 3. Cervantes, 6 of 14 from the floor, 2 of 5 from 3. 19 points in the ball game. Those are your scoring leaders for each side. It's been an even match, really, for both sides when you look at it. Points in the paint even at 28. Defensive rebounds and total rebounds in favor of Barstow. That's been the big swing right now. Barstow 37 rebounds, just 23 for Cuyamaca, and that's what's changed the complexion of this game as we've continued on. Cuyamaca shooting 41% from the floor, which is a solid number. Barstow 39% as they've ticked it up a little bit here in the second half. Hollingsworth knocked down from behind, back the other way. Sykes driving, counted in the foul. Big time bucket from Sykes that time. As he got the ball off the block shot down low, ran it all the way back up the floor, and a chance for the old-fashioned 3-point play to stretch it back to a 2-possession game, or a full 2-possession game, we should say, as it's a 5-point lead right now. Stanfield getting ready to check in at the table. Sykes misses, so Stanfield will stay put. As the rebound pulled down by Hollingsworth at a 5-point game. Ryan Shannon Jr. will bring it up the floor, across the timeline onto the near side to Conliff. He'll throw it back to Shannon. Shannon Couple of stutter steps, now wants to drive, swings it inside. Cobb able to save it. Hollingsworth off the window and good. It's good work down low by the big bodies for Barstow. Back to a 3-point game. Inside of 2 minutes to go. Here's Sykes. He's had a solid outing as well. 18 points for him. Got it to Clue. Now to Cervantes. Cervantes. Bounce pass over to McBride. McBride looking to try and work baseline. Instead, will work back to Clue on the near side, or the far side wing, I should say. Clue, couple of stutter steps, a jump stop. Got it back to McBride. 2 to shoot. Needs to put one up. Does. It doesn't hit the rim, but it's not a shot clock violation as Shannon came away with it. A one-possession game, a chance to tie for Barstow here. Get it within 1. They'll go for the 2. A miss, a rebound. Hollingsworth off the window and good. It's a 1-point game with 1:10 to go. Santos on the initial miss, but Hollingsworth there to pull down the board. And again, the board battle making the difference here in the second half is Barstow back within 1. They have never led in the ball game. Cuyamaca got out to a 5-point advantage and has led the entire way. Here's a 3, no good. The last time the score was tied was 15:55 to go in the first half. Barstow has a chance to take their first lead of the ball game here. They nearly get it taken away. Cobb, though, now will rush right down the middle, lays it off the window, no. Rebound is not there, but he's fouled. Foul gonna go against Sykes. No, it's gonna go against Clue. No, they gave it to McBride, excuse me, his second. And it'll put Cobb at the line. So it's been 35 plus minutes since we were tied. And Cobb goes to the line, 1 of 2, trying to give Barstow their first lead of the ball game with 23.2 left. He's tied it up, so we're tied for the first time in 35 minutes and 36 minutes and change. The miss, though, from Cobb, the rebound by Barstow, the timeout by Barstow, and with 20.9, the Vikings have a chance at a last-second victory here. It's a full timeout. We'll stay right here. Don't forget, more men's basketball coming up after the break. College of the Canyons and Oxnard will go to work. In the second game of our Clash at Canyons, Cougars running the white out today. And their whites for their first home game of the regular season. 20.9 to go. Barstow and Cuyamaca tied at 60. Cuyamaca has led pretty much the whole way. They've led for, we'll call it, about 38 minutes and change, 39 minutes of the ball game. They've been tied other than the opening possession and with 15:55 on the first half game clock. It's been Cuyamaca in the lead. So 38, 39 minutes, somewhere in that range. Trying to stave off a late charge here. In a tie ball game at 60 with 20.9 to go. Barstow trying to complete the comeback, trailing by 19 at half. They'll get it into Cobb. Now to Shannon, guarded out high by Sykes. Trying to spin away from him. 12 to go. Shannon in isolation here, now wants to work off a screen. They switch, Cervantes stays with him. Shannon dumps it inside, Hollingsworth lost the ball. He was wide open, and a late possession timeout called by Cuyamaca. Possession arrow is with Barstow, but with .6, Cuyamaca calling the timeout. And very unlikely that they're going to be able to get anything away. So it very much looks like we're going to have some bonus basketball on our hands. As .6 with an inbound from just in front of the stands on the near side near the Lee Smelser court sign. With Cuyamaca moving towards the left-hand basket. And they might even put it on the baseline, which makes it even tougher. It looks like they are going to put it on the baseline here. So a baseball pass to the rim and a tap in is the only way we avoid overtime here. Seen stranger things. Cervantes not going to get it off before the clock expires, so we're going to go to extra basketball here. 60 all as we'll get ready for 5 minutes of overtime action here on the Cougar Sports Network. So we'll come back in here. We'll tap for it as 5 minutes on the clock here as we go to overtime. We're starting it pretty much even. Not pretty much even. Even at 60 all. Barstow nearly a repeat of the start of the game, but they win the opening tap and we'll go to work. Shannon, who was the hot hand in the second half. 16 points will get it to Cobb. Cobb with a double-double in the contest. Nearly had it stolen away from him. Tried to send it to Stanfill, who stepped out of bounds as he tried to save it. And so Barstow empty on their first possession of overtime. Possession's very important here in this shortened period. Foul on Brian Shannon Jr. here, his second foul. Smalley at the line misses the first. Both teams now with 2 timeouts. The fouls don't reset going into overtime. So Barstow in the bonus and with 2 fouls to give. Lane violations all over the place. Smalley misses both. Barstow out of bounds, though we'll give the ball right back to Cuyamaca here as Cobb couldn't keep it in. So nothing has changed here. We've just pulled some time off the clock at 4:19 here in the overtime frame. Conliffe with a steal. Cervantes ran all the way back to get it. As Conliffe looked like he had the bead for it, and we're gonna get a stoppage for a, should it be a shot clock reset, I think is what the question is. And that's exactly what it was, is are we getting a shot clock reset here? Barstow was asking if it was a backcourt violation, but they're going to say that it was not a backcourt violation because it was tipped by Conliffe, but it did not constitute a change of possession, therefore a reset on the shot clock, which then puts the shot clock at 9 here. Just 6 now to work for Clue. He'll try and drive. Puts it off the window. No, but he draws a blocking foul and will get himself to the line for a pair of foul shots. Foul on Demir Conliffe, his 5th, so that'll end his night. Conliffe, 4 points, 4 boards, 2 turnovers, 2 steals, and 5 fouls. We'll check out. And Logan Santos will check in to take over for him. Blue misses the first of 2. Cuyamaca 11 of 18 from the line. They've had 4 foul opportunities here in this overtime, and they've only made 1 foul shot, and they have a 1-point lead, 61-60. 3:55 to go in overtime here in the first game of the Clash at Canyons 2024. Here's Brian Shannon Jr. He's got 16 points on the night. Brought Barstow all the way back in that second half. Tried a little runner that didn't fall. Clue comes away with the rebound. He'll run it ahead. Bounce pass behind McBride. It's a turnover. And Barstow will go back to work. Not a lot of scoring here in overtime. 2.5 gone. Cobb trying to work against Clue. Spins into the painted area, kicks it out. Shannon, 3 for the lead, no. Sykes trying to save it, could not. McBride, recognizing that it wasn't going to get back into play, tried to do the same and couldn't do it. Remember, Barstow has not led the ball game at all. Quentin Richardson returning to take over for Kenneth Clue. Cuyamaca has led the entire contest, with the exception of the final moments of the match, the early parts as well. Barstow's never shown a lead so far today. A foul on Richardson underneath puts Denard Hollingsworth at the line, shooting 1 and 1. Hollingsworth 3 for 4 from the line could give Barstow their first lead. Misses on the first. And then a foul underneath on Kalen Cobb puts Cuyamaca at the line for 1 and 1 on the other side. So both teams shooting the rest of the way. Cuyamaca 12 of 20 from the line. Barstow 10 of 18. So both under 60%. Big foul shot from Derek McBride. Only 2 points scored in the overtime period in the 2 minutes that we've played so far. McBride knocks down the first. Makes the second as well. 2 big foul shots from Derek McBride, who's pushed it to a 3-point advantage for Cuyamaca here. McBride 10 in the contest, 4 for 4 from the line. Barstow gets a bucket on the other side to make it back to a 1-point game. There's Smalley. 2 big steps got knocked down. Ball tied up on the floor. Hollingsworth made the layup on the other side for Barstow. He's got 17 points now in the ballgame. I think they're going to call it jump ball tie-up possession arrow Cuyamaca. So we continue on here. 63-62, Cuyamaca timeout called by Barstow. Canyons men's game against Oxnard will start, I'm assuming, 30 minutes after the completion of this one. We'll see. I'm not sure if they're forcing the teams to warm up in the auxiliary gym or not, since I can't see it. So it'll be Cuyamaca basketball, 63-62, 2:28 to go here in the overtime period. Cuyamaca led by 19 at the break. Barstow charged back, tied it up at 60 and sent us to overtime. Barstow's had opportunities, including a couple of late foul shots, to try and take the lead, and have not been able to. Here's Sykes, 10 to shoot. Works to the middle of the floor, got it to Cervantes with 5 now. He'll try and drive. Drawing a foul as he puts one up. He got Danville in the air, draws the foul and goes to the line. One of 2 good from Cervantes, so it makes it a 2-point game here. Santos worked it around. They get it inside. Hollingsworth is fouled. He'll go to the line. Cervantes picked up the foul, his third. Hollingsworth missed the first foul shot. So foul shots wreaking havoc on Barstow right now, as they've had ample opportunities at the line and haven't been able to cash in. Hollingsworth misses both. McBride the rebound. Outlet ahead to Cervantes. Cuyamaca going to take their time here offensively. Here's Richardson. Now Cervantes. Work it back around to Richardson. Trying to get it inside to Clue. Kind of forced it, got it back. Richardson now into the painted area, lost the basketball. Pulled down by Hollingsworth, tied up, possession Barstow. And with a minute and a half to go, Barstow with the basketball trailing by 2. Brian Shannon Jr. will bring it up the floor. It's been a fun one here. 64-62. Cuyamaca leading Barstow here in overtime. Santos will send it far side. They'll get it back onto the near side to Shannon, who will work it up into the circle. Right off the Cougar logo, now works with 5 to shoot. Driving towards the paint, puts one off the window. That's a beautiful shot for Brian Shannon Jr. on the drive. Give him 18, and we are tied again at 64. Only 8 points in this 5-minute overtime period, but we're under a minute to go. Here's Cervantes. Stalling, now driving. Trying to draw a foul, no. Pulled down by Sykes. It's out off of Barstow as Sykes tried to go back up. It'll leave 9 seconds on the shot clock with 39.3 to go here in the overtime. College of the Canyons and Oxnard waiting to go. They'll play after this. See who plays the winner of this one in the Clash of Canyons final tomorrow at 6 o'clock. 3-pointer on the way from Richardson is no good. We're under 30 seconds to go. The shot clock is off. Barstow can play for the last shot and the win, as they'll call a timeout with 22 and a half. Last timeout for Barstow here. So a full timeout. Barstow is not led in the ball game. Let's just remind you of that one more time, shall we? Cuyamaca led by as much as 19. The halftime break. Don't forget, folks, plenty of action here on the Cougar Sports Network over the next handful of days, including tomorrow, football on November 2nd against Moore Park at 1 p.m. College of the Canyons football program trying to pick up their 6th win of the season. And then men's basketball scheduled at 4 and 6. We'll see if we get audio on both of those. It may just be audio-less streams. We'll have to wait and see for the second day of the Clash of Canyons. Men's soccer on November 5th at 6 p.m. Women's volleyball, or excuse me, men's soccer on November 5th at 6 p.m. Women's volleyball the next day on the 6th. And then a men's and women's soccer doubleheader. If you're just looking for some action to watch, we'll have it for you here on the Cougar Sports Network. Of course, we hope to bring you the matches, the games tomorrow between Cuyamaca, Barstow, College of the Canyons, and Oxnard. So we'll get it in play. Brian Shannon Jr. waiting, now 15 on the game clock. Barstow trying to pull off a come-from-behind win. They work it around. Cobb driving, had it partially blocked as he went up. Richardson tied up on the floor as he dove for the basketball. And with 5.7, Cuyamaca will have the ball back. Amari's Furman was calling for a travel as Richardson, as he dove for the ball, kind of slid on the floor. Cuyamaca going to take a timeout. So it remains a wild, kind of waiting for one team to take the advantage over the other affair right now. So Cuyamaca with possession, 5.7 to go. We're tied at 64. Gotta have a winner. They'll get it to Richardson. He'll bring it up the floor. Had it knocked out of his hands from behind. Got it to Cervantes. A three in the wind. No good. And we'll go to a second overtime here from the Clash at Canyons on day number 1. Barstow and Cuyamaca tied at 64. Overtime number 2 when we come back. So we go to the second overtime frame. Cuyamaca and Barstow tied at 64. So we'll tap once again. This time Cuyamaca wins the possession. Somali immediately driving. It goes out off of him. He had it knocked out of his hands. So Barstow with an early overtime stop here in overtime number 2. Here's Cobb. Shannon missed on a drive. Hollingsworth the board. Hollingsworth now with 7 rebounds in the ball game. Here's Shannon once again. Shannon 18.6 boards, 3 assists and a steal. Works off the screen with 6. Gets stopped. Tried to send a pass across the floor. It's tipped by Sykes. He picked it back up and got it to Smalley. Smalley back to Sykes, working baseline. Throws it in the middle. It's poked out of the hands of McBride before he could really catch it. Neither team able to get a clean possession here in overtime as the defense is picked up. Second overtime frame. Minute and 10 seconds into the overtime. Neither team has scored. Here's Cobb. Poked out of his hands. Saved by Sykes, but not by McBride. It'll be Barstow basketball. Barstow's never led. Cuyamaca led by 19. Smalley with 10, or excuse me, Shannon with 10 now. That poked away, got it back. Now he's got 5 to shoot. Working against Smalley, thought about a step back instead, got it to Cobb. He'll drive and jam it with 2 hands. The first lead of the ball game for Barstow at 66-64. Here with 3 minutes, 22 seconds to go in overtime. Smalley to regain the lead, no on 3. Cervantes picked up the rebound, had it split out of his hands, and Barstow back the other way. Shannon trying to stretch it. Now with a 2-point Barstow advantage, their first lead of the match. Shannon kicks. Stanfield thought about it, now will drive. A runner, no, but he's able to draw a blocking foul and get himself to the line. With 2:46 to go. Amari Stanfield back to the line here. Torian Smalley called for his 5th foul, so he is done for the night. Smalley, 5 points, 3 boards, an assist, 4 turnovers, and a steal. Stanfield makes the first. It's a 3-point advantage now for Barstow. Stanfield's second finds the mark as well. He's in double figures. 4 different Vikings in double figures, with Shannon leading the way with 18. 3 different Coyotes in double figures, with Cervantes leading the way with 20. Here's a step back from Sykes for 3. That is a big 3 from Jameer Sykes. Give him 21 to lead all scorers on the floor now. And it's a 1-point game with 2:20 to go here in overtime number 2. Cobb catches. Has Sykes right on him. Rips it down inside. Hollingsworth trying to bounce it off of Sykes, or excuse me, off of Richardson. Stanfield tried to do the same. Richardson able to come away with it, and he's going to get credit for the bucket on a goaltend, as it went in anyway. And Cuyamaca back in the lead, 69-68, as Kai Long will check in. Cervantes little hobbly when he comes off the floor. Something, his ankle bothering him, it looks like, on his left side. No, it's his right side as he stretches it out. Maybe it's his calf. Couldn't really tell as he was kind of limping on the wrong leg, it looked like to me. But anyway, O'Shea now has it. Got it to Shannon Jr. He'll get it inside to Cobb. Dumps it off to Hollingsworth, and he's fouled by Kai Long. Cobb could have gone up and finished it. Instead, waited an extra half second, just dumped it to Hollingsworth, who had the same opportunity, if not for the long foul. So Denard Hollingsworth to the line to shoot 2. Long picks up his 2nd foul. Hollingsworth trying to tie it back at 69 here. He does. And now he can give Barstow the lead at 70-69. Should he make what would be his 5th of 9 foul shots on the day. He's got 18. Give him 19 and the team high. Barstow back in the lead, 70-69. Going to come down to the final possession, it seems like, once again here. 1:38 to go here in the overtime. We're in the 2nd overtime. Here's Sykes. Wanted to step back instead. We'll dump it to Clue. Clue on the far side, driving towards the paint. Big jump stop. Got it to Long. Now kicks back. McBride, a 3. Off the window, no good. Easy rebound for Stanfield. And Shannon, who has run the point all day and done it nicely, will bring it up the floor. Minute 10 to go. 70-69. Barstow with the lead. They didn't pick up a lead until the 2nd overtime. trying to finish off a comeback and get to the Clash at Canyons final here. Turnovers. Hollingsworth lost the ball. Sykes just driving, puts it off the window. Cuyamaca back in the lead with 50.6 to go, 71-70. Shields. Back to Brian Shannon Jr. with Richardson guarding him tightly. Will put it on the floor. Picks up his dribble, will send it back to O'Shields. Trying to work against Clue. Instead it'll be Shannon again, kind of in isolation here. 5 to shoot. Shannon driving against Richardson. Has it stolen by Richardson, who outlets to Clue. Barstow needs to get a strip or a foul. They'll get a foul with 18 seconds left. It'll send Kenneth Clue to the line. It'll go against William O'Shields Jr. will the foul. It'll be his first. Cuyamaca 1-1 here. Cervantes going to check back in to take over for Kai Long. So Kenneth Clue to the line. Clue with 3 points, trying to make it a 2-point game. Makes the first. Clue 1 for 4 before this trip to the line. Now 2 for 5. Can make it a full 1-possession game and force Barstow to put up a 3 to send us to a 3rd overtime. Instead he misses, so Barstow can play for the tie if they want, or try and go for the win. 10 seconds left. Shannon working off a screen, kicks it to Cobb. Cobb gonna drive off the window, no. Put back rebound, no. A second chance doesn't fall, and Cuyamaca gonna come out with a 72-70 win over Barstow in double overtime, and they will move to the Clash at Canyons final for the 2nd straight season, winning it 72-70 over Barstow in what was a good one. We thank you for joining us. On the other side, switch over the streams if you want to keep watching. We'll have College of the Canyons and Oxnard coming up in 20 to 30 minutes. We'll wait and see what they put on the clock, but it'll be here in the next half an hour or so.